Agnes had always been a loving and devoted wife to Jerry. Their marriage, though filled with struggles, was built on hope and perseverance. For 3 long years, they endured financial hardships together, holding on to the dream that one day things would get better. Then, one fateful day, Jerry received an invitation to a high-profile business meeting. He had always been ambitious, and this opportunity seemed like the breakthrough they had been praying for. Agnes had kissed him goodbye that morning, wishing him success, completely unaware that life as she knew it was about to change. Days passed, and Agnes waited eagerly for her husband to return, but he never did. At first, she thought he was just busy. She called repeatedly, but he never answered. Messages were left unread. Her heart ached with worry. What was going on? Then the shocking news came. A friend informed her that Jerry was staying at a luxurious hotel in town. Confused and desperate for answers, Agnes rushed to the hotel. As she stepped inside, her heart pounded against her chest. She searched the lobby, and then there he was. Jerry stood in the middle of the elegant hotel lounge, dressed in expensive clothes, looking different, richer, more confident. But he wasn't alone. A young, stunning woman stood beside him, holding his arm possessively. Agnes's breath caught in her throat. She marched toward them, her voice shaking.
Jerry, what is going on? I've been calling you for days. You told me about the contract. Did you win it? And who is this woman?
Before Jerry could respond, the woman sneered and spoke first.
I'm Linda, Jerry's wife now. He doesn't have time for a big pig like you.
Agnes felt as though the air had been knocked out of her lungs.
How dare you call me a pig?
She whispered, her voice filled with pain. She turned to Jerry, searching his face for any sign of remorse, but there was none.
Agnes!
Jerry said coldly.
Don't bother looking for me again. I'm done with you.
Her world shattered.
I'll send you some money to take care of yourself.
He continued.
Also, my lawyer will bring you the divorce papers. Sign them.
Tears welled in Agnes's eyes.
So you don't love me anymore just because you got rich? Because I'm fat?
Jerry avoided her gaze. Instead, he turned to Linda, and without hesitation pulled her closer and kissed her. Agnes's heart broke into a million pieces. Just then, a man who had been walking past stopped, staring at Agnes with a look of recognition.
Excuse me, are you Agnes?
Still in shock, Agnes turned to the stranger. She studied his face, and suddenly she gasped.
Oh my God, Sam!
Sam, her childhood neighbor, the boy she had gone to school with, the one she hadn't seen in years. But now, standing before her, was not the boy she remembered. This was a powerful and wealthy man.
I've missed you.
Sam said with a warm smile. Tears streamed down Agnes's face.
I missed you too, Sam.
Sam's expression darkened as he glanced at Jerry and Linda.
I saw what just happened. Is that your husband?
Agnes choked back a sob.
He was my husband until now. He called me fat and threw me away for someone else. After 3 years of marriage, he's divorcing me.
Sam's jaw clenched.
Interesting,
He said.
because I'm the one who approved the contract.
Agnes's eyes widened in shock.
But don't worry,
Sam continued, his voice filled with determination.
I will handle it.
Jerry and Linda disappeared into the hotel, leaving Agnes standing there, heartbroken and lost. Sam turned to her and asked gently.
Can I take you home?
She wiped her tears.
I don't have a home anymore.
She whispered. Sam's gaze softened.
Then come with me. You can stay at my house as long as you like.
Agnes hesitated.
But what about your wife? How are you going to explain bringing a fat woman into your home?
Sam chuckled.
I don't have a wife yet,
He said.
so you're free.
And with that, he led her away toward a new beginning. The drive to Sam's house was quiet. Agnes stared out the window, her mind heavy with thoughts. Just hours ago, she had been a married woman, holding on to the hope that her husband would return home with good news. Now she was homeless, humiliated and abandoned. Sam stole a glance at her as he drove.
You don't have to keep thinking about it, Agnes.
He said softly.
I know it hurts, but you'll be fine.
She let out a bitter chuckle.
Fine? How can I be fine, Sam? I gave Jerry everything. I stayed with him when we had nothing, hoping that someday we'd have a better life. And now that he has money, he sees me as useless.
Sam sighed.
Some people change when they get money. But trust me, Agnes, Jerry's actions say more about him than they do about you.
They pulled up in front of a massive mansion. Agnes's eyes widened as she took in the grand building with its tall pillars, lush gardens, and sparkling fountains.
Sam? This is your house?
Sam smiled.
One of them.
He said as he stepped out of the car and walked around to open the door for her. She hesitated.
Are you sure it's okay for me to stay here?
Of course.
Sam reassured her.
Come on, let's go inside.
The interior was even more stunning than the outside. Chandeliers hung from the ceiling, expensive furniture decorated the space, and the whole house smelled like luxury.
You must be hungry.
Sam said.
Let me get you something to eat.
Agnes shook her head.
No, let me cook. It will keep my mind busy.
Sam raised an eyebrow.
You sure?
She nodded.
Yes, cooking makes me feel better.
He smiled.
All right then, the kitchen is yours.
Agnes walked into the kitchen and gasped. It was huge, with modern appliances, polished marble counters, and shelves stocked with the best ingredients. She opened the cabinets, looking for what she needed when something caught her eye. A Chinese weight loss book. Curious, she picked it up and flipped through the pages. It contained detailed recipes for herbal teas and diet plans that helped with weight loss. As she read, she felt a spark of hope.
Interested in that book?
Sam's voice startled her. She turned to see him leaning against the doorway, smiling.
This was my mother's.
He continued.
She used to be overweight when I was a kid, but she followed the steps in that book, and now she's completely transformed.
Agnes's eyes widened.
Really? Do you have a picture of her?
Sam pulled out his phone and showed her a picture. Agnes gasped. The woman in the picture was slim, elegant, and absolutely stunning.
She looks amazing.
Agnes said in awe. Sam nodded.
She worked hard for it. If you want to try it, I can help you.
For the first time that day, Agnes smiled.
I think I'll give it a shot.
And just like that, a new chapter of her life began. For the first few days, Agnes barely left her room. The pain of Jerry's betrayal was still fresh, and no matter how much she tried to push it away, the memories kept haunting her. She kept asking herself,
Was I really that unworthy? Did my weight make me undeserving of love?
Sam gave her space, but he was always there when she needed company. He made her laugh, told her stories from their childhood, and slowly Agnes began to feel lighter. Not in body, but in spirit. Then one morning she made a decision. She walked into the kitchen, picked up the Chinese weight loss book, and read it carefully. It wasn't just about drinking tea or starving. It was a complete lifestyle change. It included natural remedies, a healthy diet, and simple exercises. Sam walked in and saw her reading.
So, you're serious about this?
He asked with a knowing smile. Agnes nodded.
I want to do this. Sam, not for Jerry, not for revenge, but for myself. I want to feel confident again.
He grinned.
That's the spirit. And don't worry, I'll support you all the way.
The first few days were tough. Agnes had to change her eating habits, drink herbal teas that tasted strange, and do light exercises. At first, she struggled. She was used to eating heavy meals, and adjusting to a controlled diet felt like punishment. One evening, after a long day of trying to follow the routine, Agnes sat on the couch, exhausted. Sam joined her with 2 glasses of lemon-infused water.
Tired?
He asked, handing her a glass. She sighed.
Very. I never knew making a change would be this hard.
Sam chuckled.
Everything worthwhile takes effort. but I can already see a difference.
She raised an eyebrow.
You're just saying that to make me feel better.
No, I'm serious.
Sam said.
You have this glow now, not just on the outside, but inside too.
Agnes blushed. No one had ever made her feel this way before, not even Jerry. She quickly looked away, sipping her drink to hide her flustered expression. Days turned into weeks, and Agnes remained consistent with her routine. Soon she started noticing changes. Her clothes became looser, her face looked slimmer, and she felt more energetic than ever before. Every time she looked in the mirror, she saw a new version of herself, a stronger, more confident woman. One evening, Sam took her to a business event. As they walked in, all eyes turned to them. Agnes, dressed in a stunning black gown, held her head high, her confidence radiating through the room.
You look breathtaking.
Sam whispered in her ear. She smiled,
Thank you, Sam, for everything.
and for the first time in a long while, Agnes felt truly happy. Agnes's transformation was nothing short of incredible. In just a few months, she had shed the weight that once made her insecure. But more importantly, she had gained confidence and a new sense of purpose. Every morning she woke up feeling stronger. She exercised, ate healthy meals, and followed the herbal tea routine religiously. With Sam's constant encouragement, she pushed herself beyond her limits. She no longer cried over Jerry. Instead, she focused on becoming the best version of herself. One evening, Sam invited her to a high-profile business gala.
You've been working so hard.
He said.
You deserve to enjoy yourself.
At first, Agnes hesitated. She hadn't been to an event like that in years.
What if people judge me?
She asked. Sam chuckled.
Trust me, Agnes. When they see you, they won't be judging. They'll be staring in admiration.
Encouraged by his words, she decided to go. She wore a breathtaking red gown that hugged her new figure perfectly. When she stepped out of her room, Sam's jaw nearly dropped.
Wow!
He whispered.
You look stunning.
Agnes blushed.
You think so?
I know so.
He said, offering her his arm. The event was grand. Business tycoons, celebrities, and influential people filled the hall, chatting and laughing over glasses of champagne. Agnes felt slightly nervous, but reminded herself that she belonged here. As she and Sam mingled, she noticed people sneaking glances at her, whispering. At first, she thought they were gossiping about her, but then she realized they were admiring her. She was no longer the insecure woman who had been tossed aside. She was confident, elegant, and radiating beauty. Then the unexpected happened. Across the room, she spotted a familiar face, Jerry. Her heart skipped a beat. He was standing with Linda, but something was different. He no longer looked confident and proud. He looked stressed. Jerry's eyes wandered around the room, and then they landed on Agnes. His brows furrowed as he stared, confusion clear on his face. He nudged Linda.
Who is that woman? She looks familiar.
Linda glanced at Agnes and shrugged.
I don't know, but she's beautiful.
Jerry took a few steps forward, eyes still locked on Agnes. Then realization hit him like a thunderbolt. His mouth fell open.
Agnes?
He whispered in disbelief. Agnes smirked, tilting her head slightly.
Hello, Jerry.
Jerry's eyes scanned her from head to toe, struggling to believe what he was seeing.
You look different.
She smiled.
I know.
Sam, who had been watching silently, finally spoke.
Is there a problem, Jerry?
Jerry swallowed hard.
I didn't recognize her.
His voice was filled with regret. Agnes leaned in slightly and whispered.
That's because the woman you threw away no longer exists.
Jerry stood frozen, realization dawning on him that he had made the biggest mistake of his life. The woman before him was nothing like the wife he had abandoned. She was confident, elegant, and more beautiful than he had ever imagined. Regret gnawed at him, but his pride wouldn't let him admit it. Linda, noticing Jerry's intense stare, tugged at his arm.
Jerry, why are you looking at her like that?
He blinked and forced a chuckle.
I'm just surprised.
Linda frowned.
Surprised about what?
Jerry cleared his throat.
Nothing.
He muttered, turning away. But deep inside, he knew it wasn't nothing. He had thrown Agnes away, believing she was unworthy of him. But now, seeing her with Sam, looking more radiant than ever, he felt a pang of regret so deep it made his stomach turn. Meanwhile, Agnes remained composed. She refused to let Jerry see any sign of weakness. The woman he had humiliated and abandoned was gone. Sam smirked, watching Jerry's discomfort.
You know, Jerry,
He said casually,
Agnes has been doing amazing things lately. She's grown into a remarkable woman.
Jerry forced a tight smile.
Yeah, I can see that.
His jaw clenched as he looked at Sam.
So, what's going on between you two?
Sam's smile widened.
Agnes is my fiancée.
Jerry's eyes widened in shock.
What?
Agnes held up her hand, showing off a stunning diamond ring.
Yes, Jerry. Sam and I are engaged.
For a moment, Jerry felt dizzy. The woman he had abandoned was now with one of the most powerful men in the country. He had expected her to suffer without him, to beg for his help. Instead, she had transformed into someone far beyond his reach. Linda, sensing Jerry's reaction, laughed mockingly.
Oh, Jerry, don't tell me you still care about her.
Jerry quickly masked his emotions.
Of course not.
He lied.
I was just surprised, that's all.
Linda nodded.
Well, whatever. I never expected you to let a little thing like her get in the way.
Agnes gave Jerry a knowing smile.
Well, life is full of surprises.
Just then, Sam's assistant approached with a file in hand. Sir, the report you requested. Sam took the file and flipped through it, nodding.
Thank you.
Then he turned back to Jerry.
Speaking of surprises, Jerry, I need to discuss something important with you.
Jerry frowned.
What is it?
Sam's expression turned serious.
The contract we awarded you, I've gone through the reports, and I'm not happy with what I see.
Jerry's heart pounded.
What do you mean?
Sam folded his arms.
Your company has failed to deliver on several key aspects of the project. If you don't complete the work within the next month, you'll be required to refund the full amount.
Jerry's face turned pale.
Sam, please. You have to give me more time.
Sam shrugged.
Business is business, Jerry, and from this moment forward, you will report directly to Agnes every week.
Jerry's heart sank. The woman he had discarded was now the one holding his fate in her hands.
Agnes?
He started, his voice shaking with a hint of desperation.
I never meant to hurt you. You know that, right?
Agnes looked at him, her gaze steady, unwavering.
It doesn't matter now, Jerry. The past is behind us. And I have no interest in reliving it. I am where I am because I chose to move forward. You should consider doing the same.
Jerry swallowed hard, his pride bruised by her words. He had never imagined that Agnes, the woman he had dismissed as weak and unimportant, would rise to a position of power, not just in her own life, but in his as well. It was clear to him now that he had underestimated her, and it was a mistake he would never be able to undo. Sam, noticing the tension in the air, stepped forward.
I think we've said enough, Jerry. You have a lot of work ahead of you.
He turned to Agnes and smiled.
Shall we?
Agnes nodded, taking Sam's arm. Together they turned away, leaving Jerry standing there, speechless, as the weight of his mistakes pressed heavily on him. He watched them walk away, a sharp pang of regret gnawing at him, but deep down he knew it was too late. Agnes had moved on, and with Sam she had found the happiness and success that he had denied her. As the weeks passed, Jerry's life continued to unravel. The project he had once been so proud of had fallen apart, and the legal battles were only the beginning. Every day, he felt the weight of his decisions pressing harder on him. He had lost everything: his wealth, his reputation, and the woman who had once loved him unconditionally. Meanwhile, Agnes's life was flourishing. She threw herself into her work, confident and determined to make the most of her new position. She had proven to herself and to the world that she was stronger than anyone had ever given her credit for. She had moved beyond the pain of her past and had built a future she could be proud of. One afternoon, as Agnes sat in her office, reviewing contracts and making decisions, her phone rang. It was a number she hadn't recognized, but something told her to answer.
Agnes?
Jerry's voice came through, rough and apologetic.
I need to talk to you. I've lost everything.
She paused for a moment, reflecting on everything that had led her here. She had given him years of her life, and now, hearing him like this, she felt nothing but a sense of finality.
I'm not interested in your apologies, Jerry.
She said calmly, her voice firm.
You made your choices, and now you have to live with them. I moved on long ago.
There was a long pause on the other end of the line before Jerry spoke again, his voice barely a whisper.
I never should have let you go.
Agnes took a deep breath, steadying herself.
No, Jerry. You made your choice, and so did I. And now I'm where I belong. I'm happy. I'm free.
With that, she hung up the phone, her heart heavy but resolute. She had learned a valuable lesson through it all. She was capable of so much more than she had ever imagined. And now, with Sam by her side, she was ready to face whatever the future held. In the months that followed, Jerry's downfall continued. His company went bankrupt, and his personal life remained in shambles. He tried to reach out to Agnes a few more times, but each time she turned him down, more certain than ever that she had made the right decision. As for Agnes, her transformation was nothing short of remarkable. She not only regained her confidence, but she became a symbol of strength, resilience, and independence. Her relationship with Sam grew stronger, and before long, they made their love official by announcing their engagement. The day of their wedding was one of pure joy. Agnes stood in front of the mirror, looking at herself in her stunning white dress. She had never imagined this day would come, not after all the heartache she had endured. But now, standing there, she realized that losing Jerry had been the best thing that had ever happened to her. It had led her to find herself, to find real love, and to finally be free. As she walked down the aisle toward Sam, her heart was full. She wasn't the woman she had once been, and she would never go back to that life. This was her new beginning, and nothing could take that away from her. And as they exchanged vows, surrounded by friends and family, Agnes knew one thing for certain: she had won. The ceremony was beautiful, simple, and full of love. Sam, standing beside her, had always been her rock. And now, as they promised to spend their lives together, she felt a peace she had never known. There were no more doubts, no more fears about the future. This was where she belonged. As they walked out of the church, hand in hand, the world felt right. They were greeted by applause from their loved ones, their smiles reflecting the happiness and hope that now filled their lives. It had been a long and difficult journey, but at that moment it was all worth it. Agnes looked up at Sam, her heart swelling with love.
We did it.
She whispered.
We sure did.
Sam replied, kissing her forehead gently. They didn't need anything more than each other. Together they had created a life built on trust, respect, and an understanding of what really mattered. There would be challenges ahead, of course, but they knew they could face anything as long as they were together. The years that followed were filled with laughter, growth, and continued success. Agnes flourished in her career, becoming a prominent figure in her field, while Sam continued to support her in every way possible. They traveled the world, built a home full of warmth and memories, and enjoyed the peace that came with knowing they had fought for their happiness and had found it. And as for Jerry, he remained a distant memory. He had tried to claw his way back into Agnes's life at various points, but each time he was met with a firm boundary. Agnes no longer had any room in her life for regret, guilt, or people who had once held her back. She had found her place, And nothing would change that. One evening, as Agnes and Sam sat on their porch, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Sam turned to her with a smile.
You know,
He said softly.
I still can't believe how far we've come.
Agnes smiled back, her eyes sparkling.
Neither can I. But it doesn't matter how we got here. What matters is that we're here now.
And with that, they leaned into each other, content and happy in the life they had built. There was no looking back anymore. They were home.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.